Imagine a serene forest at night, the air crisp and the sky a blanket of stars. Picture this, a secluded grove, frequented by campers drawn to its untouched beauty and the promise of a peaceful retreat. As night falls, the forest seems to embrace the silence, the only sound being the gentle rustling of leaves and the distant call of a night owl. As the campfire flickers and shadows dance on the tree trunks, there's a palpable shift in the air. The initial tranquility of the forest deepens, yet interwoven within this calm, something else begins to stir. It starts as a whisper, barely audible, like the sighing of the earth itself. These whispers multiply, a soft chorus that seems to emanate from the very essence of the woods. No discernible words, just a series of hushed tones that flutter and weave through the underbrush. What could be the source of these whispers? Are they simply the wind, or perhaps something more sentient? But as the night deepens, so does the mystery of these whispers. As the whispers grow louder, a strange fog begins to roll in, glowing faintly under the moonlight. Slowly, almost hesitantly, it creeps through the trees, weaving between the trunks with a purpose all its own. The campers watch, transfixed, as the mist thickens, swirling around their tents and campfire, which flickers under the eerie luminescence of this nocturnal haze. This is no ordinary fog. It pulses with a phosphorescent light, casting everything it touches in a ghostly hue. The air fills with a cold dampness, and the once familiar campsite transforms into a scene from another world. The campers huddle closer, their faces etched with confusion and growing fear. They call out, but their voices seem muffled, swallowed by the thickening fog. Their sense of direction falters as the path they walked earlier vanishes, shrouded in the glowing mist. Isolation grips them. They are alone, yet the feeling of being watched is palpable. With every passing minute, the light within the fog grows brighter, and the whispers sharper. Peering into the dense fog, shadowy figures seem to flicker between the trees. As the night deepens, the campers' eyes dart nervously, tracing the barely discernible movements at the edge of their campsite. Each rustle, each snap of a twig under unseen feet sends shivers down their spines. The air is thick with the scent of moss and earth, yet there's an unsettling chill that seems to whisper of unseen presences lurking just beyond the veil of mist. The campers huddle closer, their flashlights casting long, eerie shadows that twist and turn, morphing into grotesque shapes. Are those branches swaying, or is it something else? With every passing moment, the shapes seem to edge closer, circling the campsite with an almost deliberate slowness. The campers' breaths become shallow, hearts pounding as the line between reality and illusion blurs. Fear grips them tightly, paranoia whispering that they are not alone in this secluded forest. Are these mere shadows, or is there something watching from the darkness? Suddenly, everything goes silent. The fog lifts slightly, revealing a horrifying sight. Where moments before the air was filled with the gentle rustle of leaves and the distant calls of nocturnal creatures, now there is nothing but an eerie stillness. It's as if the forest itself holds its breath, the night air thick with anticipation. From the edge of the now visible campsite, figures emerge. They are tall, impossibly thin, and move with an unnatural grace that belies their size. Their skin, a pale, luminescent silver, seems almost ethereal, glowing faintly in the dim light. Their faces, if they can be called that, are smooth and featureless, save for two large black eyes that reflect the moonlight, casting an otherworldly glow. No mouths can be seen, yet they communicate, a series of clicks and hums that resonate through the still air. These sounds are not just heard, but felt, vibrating through the ground and the trees, as if the forest itself responds to their eerie dialogue. The campers huddled together watch in a mix of awe and terror. These beings, these creatures of the night, are nothing like they've ever seen or heard of before. Each figure moves synchronously, almost as if controlled by a single unseen force. In a blink, the calm of the forest is shattered by a blinding light from above. The night, once veiled in darkness, is abruptly illuminated as if the sun itself has decided to make a premature appearance. High above the campsite, an immense, unidentifiable source casts a stark, white glow that engulfs every tree, every leaf, every unsuspecting camper in its ominous embrace. The air fills with a cacophony of sounds, the rustling of the trees, the startled cries of wildlife, and the shocked gasps of the campers. The ground beneath their feet trembles, sending vibrations coursing through the soil, as if the earth itself is protesting this invasion. Panic ensues. The campers, gripped by a primal fear, scramble in disarray, but it's clear there's no outrunning this luminescent behemoth. From the radiant epicenter, figures emerge. They are neither fully opaque nor entirely transparent, moving with purpose and precision. These beings, ethereal and elongated, corral the bewildered humans towards the light. Their movements are fluid, almost choreographed, leaving no room for resistance. The campers, overwhelmed by the sensory overload, find their wills bending, their bodies moving involuntarily towards the unknown. The air is thick with a high-pitched hum, a sound that seems to pierce through the very fabric of reality. It's disorienting, creating a sense of vertigo that makes the forest spin. The light intensifies, so overpowering it's impossible to see anything beyond a few feet. The boundaries between the known and the unknown blur, and for a moment time seems to stand still. Amidst this chaos, personal perceptions warp. The familiar touch of the ground, the smell of the pine, the chill of the night air, all are replaced by an inexplicable warmth and a strange tingling sensation that courses through the body. It's as if each camper is being disassembled at a molecular level, prepared for a journey or an alteration beyond their understanding. Then, as abruptly as it arrived, the phenomenon ceases. The light withdraws into the sky, receding faster than it appeared, taking with it the mysterious figures and the few chosen campers. The forest, once a cacophony of light and noise, is plunged back into its nocturnal serenity. As quickly as it began, the light extinguishes, leaving an eerie calm. The forest breathes again, the night sounds returning as if nothing had happened. As the campers awaken, nestled back at their original site, a palpable confusion blankets the air. Each one scans the serene surroundings, trying to piece together the fragmented memories of the night. The fire pit, still smoldering slightly, offers no clues, nor do their tents, undisturbed but for the usual creases of use. The air is thick with the unspoken question, did that really just happen? Whispers of the strange glowing fog and the eerie shadows among the trees seem to hang in the morning mist. Yet nothing tangible remains, no marks, no foreign objects, nothing out of place that could serve as proof of their otherworldly encounter. Fear mingles with relief as they exchange tentative glances. Was it all just a product of their collective imagination? The surreal feeling deepens, the boundary between reality and illusion blurred. Did it truly happen, or was it a collective nightmare? Back in the safety of their homes, the campers are left with more questions than answers. As we delve deeper into the abyss of the unknown, it's time to reflect on the chilling tale that unfolded in that dark, dense forest. Could the bizarre events that night have been a close encounter of the third kind? Or is there a more earthly explanation? Let's consider the possibility of an alien visitation first. The eerie glow, the sudden appearance of fog, and the inexplicable movements in the shadows could all be signs of extraterrestrial activity. Historically, there have been numerous accounts where unexplained lights and figures were linked to alien encounters. Could this be yet another page in the vast annals of human encounters with beings from beyond our world? On the flip side, could this entire episode have been a covert government experiment? It's not unheard of for certain undisclosed experiments to take place in remote locations. The use of advanced technology could explain the glowing fog and even the strange sounds. Perhaps what the campers experienced was a test of new military tech or psychological warfare tactics. Then there's the theory of a shared hallucination. The power of the human mind is immense, and under stress, exhaustion, or influence of the environment, groups of people can sometimes experience the same hallucinations. Could the fear and isolation in the forest have triggered a collective psychological event? As we ponder these scenarios, I invite you to weave your own narratives, or perhaps share similar experiences. Was this an encounter with visitors from another world? A glimpse into secret governmental operations, or a psychological phenomenon shared amongst the campers? What do you think happened in that forest? Share your thoughts and join the conversation below.